Starting June 15th through the 22nd, Southfield will celebrate Juneteenth, the freedom of enslaved people at the end of the Civil War. The war had ended in 1865, but the institution of slavery held fast for months among outlying areas such as Galveston, Texas. It took federal troops to obtain control and declare the end of slavery in such places. All these many years since have seen the continuation of bigotry, hatred, and racism. These horrors have festered among those who would not see equality, who could not see humanity, who did not see that we are all more alike than we are different. Laws cannot change the hearts and minds of those who resist differences. Juneteenth has been celebrated by African American communities for more than 150 years. Only recently has it been declared a national federal holiday. It is now officially celebrated on June 19th. Over the years, African Americans of great influence and others have spoken out in protests, in observance, in awareness. Take a listen.
July 5th, 1852. What to the slave is the 4th of July? I'm not included within the pale of glorious anniversary. Your high independence only reveals the immeasurable distance between us. The blessings in which you, this day, rejoice are not enjoyed in common. The rich inheritance of justice, liberty, prosperity, and independence bequeathed by your fathers is shared by you, not by me. This 4th of July is yours, not mine. You may rejoice, I must mourn.
Life is a hard battle anyway. If we laugh and sing a little as we fight the good fight of freedom, it makes it all go easier. I will not allow my life's light to be determined by the darkness around me.
When I found I had crossed that line, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such a glory over everything.
We are all bound up together in one great bundle of humanity, and society cannot trample on the weakest and feeblest of its members without receiving the curse in its own soul.
My work caring for formerly enslaved Black people is crucial. It is a proper field for real missionary work, and one that would present ample opportunities to become acquainted with the diseases of women and children. During my stay with the Freedmen's Bureau, nearly every hour was improved in that sphere of labor.
Detroit, September the 24th, 1858. Dear friend Garrison, our first appointment outside of Detroit was in Southfield, where we availed ourselves of the hearty cooperation of Reverend J.S.T. Milligan and his faithful band of Covenanters. Yours for the speedy downfall of slavery, William Cooper Nell.
No race has advanced more rapidly than ours, and it has not shown all that it can do yet. During the half-century I have been in the Detroit schools, there have been great changes for our people, and nearly all of these changes for the better have come because we fought for the Detroit Negroes.
You can't hold a man down without staying down with him.
Sometimes prejudice and discrimination are like a hair across your cheek. You can't see it, you can't feel it with your fingers, but you keep brushing at it because the feel of it is irritating.
I'm tired of hearing people say, let things take their course. Tomorrow's another day. I do not need freedom when I'm dead. I cannot live on tomorrow's bread.
I would like to be remembered as a person who wanted to be free, so other people would also be free.
In the end, anti-Black, anti-female, and all forms of discrimination are equivalent to the same thing, anti-humanism.
You can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has his freedom.
Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed.
Struggle is a never-ending process. Freedom is never really won. You earn it and win it in every generation.
The American dream, whether obtainable or not, is to have freedom, freedom in all things, to go as far as ambition impels us in work, in play, and religion, and even in love.
You must never, ever give out. We must keep the faith because we are one people. We are brothers and sisters. We all live in the same house, the American house.
At the end of the day, we must go forward with hope, not backwards with fear and division.
Today on Juneteenth, the day we celebrate the end of slavery, the day we memorialize those who offered us hope for the future, and the day when we renew our commitment to the struggle for freedom.
Will yesterday's tomorrow be as it has been, or will we together find that common ground? History teaches us that we still face obstacles.
We must all understand that today we are making yesterday's history and that we are all just stewards of time. We must understand that we have been given purpose for the moment and were born for a time such as this. And the profound quotes that have been read today are those of great men and women remembered because of how they stood up to the challenges of their day and because of what they did with their time, in their time. They refused to be silent. They answered the call and took the world stage and made their voice heard and became active agents of change. I myself am blessed to be the nephew of two living original foot soldiers, my aunts who made all three marches on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, one of which tells the story of waiting to be transported from Montgomery back to Selma, and of those who were there to provide this transportation. It included, as one of the transporters, our own Viola Liuzzo. And my aunt shared that as she waited and was next in line, it was then that they received the news of Viola's demise. And when it comes to my aunts, I get the benefit of their story then and the one being written as they continue, and with it, the challenge to make my own. I get the benefit of hearing and knowing their history and to witness while they write their story and have to answer as I live before them how I will write my own. And I speak now to say, not just to me, but to all of us, that we are at this time making our history and that we have a moral obligation to be agents of change. It is our turn to be agents of change in our communities, agents of change in our cities and states. It is for us to be the agents, as they did at the ages of 16 and 14, who make change in this country and our world. So as we take this moment to celebrate the victories of the past, on this first federal celebration of Juneteenth, let it be said of us that we carried on the legacy and that we picked up the torch. Let it be said of us we took on the challenges of our day when that time comes that we must pass the torch. Let it be said that we pressed against the inequalities and injustices of our day and met the urgency of this moment, having engaged in what is our work in order to form a more perfect union. One better today than the one left to our charge, better today than it was yesterday.
We have come to a point in history where people now fight for a different freedom. To exist in a country that promises freedom, justice, and equality for all. For the right to live in peace, and for the acceptance as human beings. We can if we try. We can if we never give up.
Juneteenth has never been a celebration of victory or an acceptance of the way things are. It's a celebration of progress. It's an affirmation that despite the most painful parts of our history, change is possible. And there is still so much work to do.
Freedom. Freedom. I got freedom to stand, freedom to walk, freedom to love, and freedom to talk. I make the rules as I go, choose my destiny. I follow my dreams, make no apologies. Oh, oh, fear has no hold on me. Oh, oh, fear has no hold on me. Oh, 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 freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, I got freedom to stand, freedom to walk, freedom to love, and freedom to talk. I make the